The Panthers take on the Rangers, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Florida's minus $1.25, totals 5.5. We're 3-0 with a push in our last 4 extra daily picks on BrockPage.com. And if you want to access today's extra daily pick, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. We're also 4-2 in our last 6 NBA tier package picks on that very same website. And the good news is we have another NBA tier package pick going off here this evening. We currently have over 805 members who are signed up and active on that page. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on this channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. Sergei Bobrovsky's the expected goaltender for Florida. Igor Shesterkin for New York. The Rangers are on a 3-game losing streak. 15 total goals they gave up during that stretch. New York's in the bottom 10 in defensive shots on goal. Bottom 10 in third period goals allowed. Meanwhile, offensively, the Rangers are scoring just 2.3 goals a game at home. They're taking on a Florida team who's gotten a point in all 11 of their games. They're 10-0 with an overtime loss thus far in the year. The Panthers are in the top 3 in scoring, and they're led by Anthony Duclair, who scored 8 times already. Now, Duclair's a plus 11, which is actually 4th in the NHL. Meanwhile, Jonathan Huberdeau has 12 points on the season himself. When it comes to the defense in this one, the Panthers allow just 2.1 goals a game. Sergei Bobrovsky's 6-0 on this season, 171 goals against average, 948 save percentage. Now, real quick, Florida's one of the better puck line teams in the NHL. They're 3-1 against the number when traveling, 8-3 against the number overall for the year. Now, injury-wise, Alex Barkov is questionable. And when it comes to the total, Florida's 4-0 to the under on the road. Rangers are 9-3 to the under for the entire year. I'm going to lean toward Florida, minus 1.5, under 5.5. Next game, Sabres, Capitals, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Washington is minus 250, totals 5.5. Vanacek for Washington, Anderson for Buffalo. The Sabres are on a 4-game losing streak, 2-6 straight up in their last 8. The Sabres are scoring just 2.4 goals per contest on the road. They're also in the bottom 5 in offensive shots on goal. They're taking on a Washington team who allows only 2.1 goals a game on their home ice. Vitek Vanacek has a 2.43 goals against average, 908 save percentage. Meanwhile, offensively, the Caps are in the top 10 in scoring on average per game. Alex Ovechkin is 3rd in the NHL in points with 18 of them. He's also got 10 goals, 8 assists thus far in the season. Ovechkin is a plus 8. Meanwhile, Yevgeny Kuznetsov's got 13 points on the year himself. 5 out of Washington's last 7 home games fell under the number. They're officially 7-4 to the under for the whole year. I'm going to lean toward Washington, minus 1.5, under 5.5 goals. Next and final matchup, Kings, Leafs, 7:30 East. Toronto's minus 270, numbers 5.5. Jack Campbell for Toronto, Cal Peterson for Los Angeles. Peterson's got a 302 goals against average, 898 save percentage. The Kings are winless in 4 tries on the road, and they're in the bottom 10 in road goals allowed. Now, offensively, the Kings are scoring only 1.5 goals a game when traveling. They're taking on a Toronto club who's 6-1 with an overtime loss on their home ice. The Leafs are actually on a 5-game winning streak right now, and they're averaging 35 shots on goal per contest. Mitch Marner and Jonathan Tavares each have 12 points apiece. Tavares with 6 goals on the year. Meanwhile, defensively, the Leafs are allowing only 2 goals a game at the Scotiabank Arena. Jack Campbell is 6-2 with a 188 goals against average, 936 save percentage. Now, injury-wise, nothing major for Toronto. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, Doty's still on the IR. Arvidsson and Velarde are questionable. 3 out of LA's last 4 road games fell under the number. They're also 8-3 to the under for the entire season. Meanwhile, Toronto saw 5 out of their last 8 home games fall under the total themselves. The Leafs are officially 67% to the under for the entire season. I'm going to lean toward Toronto minus 1.5, under 5.5 goals. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 3-0 with a push in our last 4 extra daily picks. I like Florida minus 1.5, under 5.5 goals. Washington minus 1.5, under 5.5. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 3-0 with a push in our last 4 extra daily picks on brockpage.com. We're also 4-2 in our last 6 NBA tier package picks on that very same website. I'm going to lean toward Toronto minus 1.5, under 5.5 goals. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Luis Arazo, who said the other day, "Great info, BPP." And with that, guys, that is going to do it for me. Now, don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today, just keep in mind we utilize the Patreon platform. Patreon's going to bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on that website, you're going to get access to those picks all the way through the end of November. Now, you do have the option to opt out so you don't get billed again in November. But a lot of folks think when you sign up for a membership, you get the content for 30 days. You don't. You get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. And of course, with every single video I do here, I always like to tell folks the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. Now, guys, we've kind of been through this before. I've done it on a couple other videos. It's kind of like we're in that in-between, spot where we, when we have a shorter slate of games, the videos tend to be shorter. I've told you guys before, when I make these YouTube videos and they are over 8 minutes, it gives me the ability to place a few more ads in the videos. So right now, essentially what I'm doing is just wasting time and trying to get this video over the 8-minute mark so I can throw a couple more ads in the video. Hey, I'm just being honest and transparent. It's not a charity. I'm here to make money. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.